Some of the names have changed. The pool hasn't. I make my way to the shallow end and wade in slow. In Montauk, I can take my time. I look up to see a little girl, chubby in her one piece, gripping the wall and watching me enter the water, her eyes the size of summer tomatoes and just as red from all the chlorine rubbing. I almost speak to her, but before I can, there's a splash behind me. A woman well into her 50s, chubby in her one piece, has cannonballed into the deep end. She comes up coughing, flailing, water in her nose. She comes up laughing. The little girl giggles. And me, well, I am laughing too. Brother, you jaywalked your way out of the womb. I would recognize you anywhere by the hiccup in your swagger. Tell me, where in the world did you find all that thunder? There have never been any seatbelts on your side of the car. You have always known the better magic tricks. You told me once that I was just the first draft, and I'm inclined to believe you, but you came with a lot more pieces to assemble, and Mom and Dad never got the manual. Your compass always points north. But it's a bit of a crapshoot as to whether or not you'll ever walk in that direction. And I like that. It keeps people on their toes. On the merry-go-round of your life, the carousel ponies are all narwhals. Their horns point straight up. The day they build you a constellation, it will be the entire F train spread across the Milky Way. You will be a satellite that dips in and out of every single car the moment the train comes to a stop, pissing off everybody on the subway platform and kicking up stardust in your wake. You can solve a Law & Order episode before the first commercial break. Once, when you were 7, you came into the kitchen and asked Mom, "Does my name begin with the letter P because P is the 16th letter of the alphabet and I was born on June 16th? And is Sarah just Sarah because S is the 19th letter of the alphabet and she was born on the 19th day of June?" And when Mom said, "No," you nodded your head and left the room mumbling to yourself, "Okay, just salt and pepper then." You are my favorite stick of dynamite. You are the opposite of a rubber band. There are so many things I would tell you if I thought that you would listen, and so many more you would tell me if you believed I would understand. I hope you know you were never meant to wear my shadow. In fact, I'm the one who always steals your shoes, but is that my sweatshirt you're wearing? It's okay. You can keep it. I won't tell your secret. In fact, it really does look better on you. Jellyfish. It was somewhere in between the last day of school and the first. Somewhere in between morning and nightfall. Somewhere in between New York City and the very tip of Long Island, there was a 9-year-old girl. Somewhere in between the shoreline and the sand dunes, scanning the horizon like a hawk, like an Amazon warrior, like a great cavalry captain, like Charlemagne on the morning before he took his final enemy, jellyfish. There were jellyfish on my beach, in my ocean, and that silhouette of a soldier, that was me. I was the 9-year-old protector. I was the conqueror of the jellyfish. I was the vanquisher of the venomous, and I was armed with my plastic bucket and my legs, which were strong enough to plant against the pull of the sinking tide so I could wait until one of those throbbing red and purple translucent bubbles of death drifted unsuspecting into the claws of my plastic trap. And my legs were fast enough to dart back up onto the beach where I would toss my captives mercilessly into the sand pit I had dug.